Hi, I'm Elijah, and welcome back to another Kenko webcast, your #1 source for information on labeling and pricing products. Today, I'll be showing you how to properly load your TOA APN label applicator. Before we begin, we'll need to familiarize ourselves with several key components of the applicator. Let's pick up the applicator with our right hand. Right away, you'll notice the label housing assembly. On the top is the roll guard. As the arrows indicate, turning the roll guard counterclockwise will unlock it, while turning it clockwise will lock it. The roll guard will secure your roll of labels when the applicator is in use. On the label shaft, you will see a plastic core. This core can be used if your labels are not supplied with a standard 1-inch core. Simply tape one end of your label strip to the plastic core and wind your labels around it. Let's rotate the applicator and take a look at the bottom. You will see the feed mechanism door and a hinge latch at the bottom used to open it. Let's open up the bottom by pulling down on the latch so we can take a peek inside. When we open the door, we'll notice the advancing mechanism. The advancing mechanism will grip the label liner, pulling it along with every squeeze of the trigger. Now, let's close that door back up and secure it by closing the bottom latch. Up above the door, you will notice the nip rollers. These will help apply the label to your product. Between the nip rollers and the label housing is a clear plastic piece called the path guide, and above it is the mech sensor. The mech sensor will slide along the surface of the labels and catch the beginning of each label, stopping the trigger. Notice the mech sensor moves slightly each time the trigger is squeezed. Now that we are more familiar with the various components, let's learn how to quickly and properly load the TOA APN series label applicator. Let's start by opening up the roll guard by twisting it counterclockwise and lifting it up. I'm going to take off the plastic core, since the labels I'm using, made by Kenko, are designed to work in this applicator. Some labels that you'll want to use in this applicator may have longer lengths than the labels I'm going to demonstrate with today. It's important to note that every time you pull the trigger, the labels will only advance between 20 and 60 millimeters, or between approximately 1 and 2.5 inches. So some of your labels will require more than one, even up to 3 or 4 strokes per label. When applying a longer label, make sure to stop squeezing the trigger when you meet resistance from the applicator, as this indicates that the mech sensor has stopped the trigger. Forcing the trigger could damage your applicator. Now, let's flip the applicator and open the bottom cover by pulling down on the bottom cover latch. Let's grab a roll of labels and place it on the shaft of the housing assembly in a counterclockwise direction. Let's run the edge of the labels onto the clear plastic path guide until the end of the labels reach the bottom cover latch. Now, we'll just slip the roll guard onto the label shaft and secure it by twisting the guard clockwise until it clicks into place. You'll want to be sure that there is about 1/8 of an inch between the roll guard and the roll of labels, so the guard is not applying any counter pressure to the advancing mechanism. Now that the labels are secure, let's flip the applicator again. Let's make sure to line up the gap in the labels with the top of the door so that the labels come through past the bottom cover latch. Now, we can close the bottom cover latch and we're ready to begin labeling. To label an item, simply pick up the applicator, squeeze and release the trigger, hold the price gun directly over the product, then just roll the label on your product and you're all done. This has been another Kenko webcast. For more information on this product or other related products, visit us on the web today at www.kenkostore.com or call us toll-free at 1-800-86-KENKO. For more product videos and tutorials like this, go to www.kenko.tv.